Nigeria info back like we never left. So, the world is marking Sickle Cell Awareness Day, and it's important that you have the right information. The theme for this year is celebrating progress. I'm hoping that with your decisions, progress is reflected. Well, moving from that to River State Civil Society Organization, faulting the nomination of Michael Ode, an indigene of Cross River State, as chairman of RSIEC, that's River State Independent Electoral Commission. In an interview with our correspondent, Ifechukwu Moili, the chairman of the association, Enefa Georgeville, argued that since the declaration of an emergency rule in the state is, in their view, illegal, any appointment made by the current administration, including that of RSIEC, are unlawful, equally unlawful. Georgeville said the organization is prepared to explore all available legal channels to challenge the nomination. Let's hear from Georgeville.
All the actions taken by the administrator, taken by the president, is illegal. And for the purpose of analysis, both in terms of the appointment of the sole administrator, or even the boss as constituted by either the president or the sole administrator, as far as we are concerned, it is illegal and alien to our laws. And also the civil society will do it to challenge using all legal instruments, including going to court and street protestation and every other means that they treat.
Okay. Now, Judge, we have clarified that he's not opposed to non-indigenes occupying leadership positions in government agencies, provided they reside in River State, conduct business, and pay taxes within the state.
It is important that those who live here, who reside here, who pay tax here, who are doing business here, should be appointed to exalted positions, elected positions in the state. Just even if it is either by election or by appointment. It is to this extent that I am arguing that even rivers people who are not born here, who don't pay taxes here, but stay abroad, shouldn't be appointed and elected into public office in Rivers or any other state for that matter.
Okay. So Nefa Georgeville is stating that the resistance to that appointment is based on legality. They believe that the appointment of a sole administrator is wrong, is not constitutionally backed. They believe that there is no need for a state of emergency, so every appointment that follows obviously would be illegal. That's his position. But according to him, he doesn't have a problem with a person coming from anywhere. It's a government position, and if they are competent, by all means. However, there are those that have a problem with where the person comes from, and these views have been expressed. Yesterday, I got a couple of messages on WhatsApp. Sam, why will a person from this state come and be RSIEC chairman in River State? I've actually gotten messages on my own private platform. I know I received a few messages on Facebook Messenger yesterday. And sometimes I'm like, does this person know that the show begins and ends in the studio? Because I was at home. And it was a rant. So I can't believe that this one is from Cross River. The FCT minister, I'm like, does this person, or is it that they've sent this message since, and thanks to the network reception, it just dropped? But there are people who are not satisfied with where this nominee is from. Right? Georgeville says, I don't mind. These guys say, I do mind. We need somebody that is a son of the soil. And it raises lots of questions, really, which I may not really go into. But I know that there is usually a regional bias. It doesn't matter. We've seen this countless times, and I'm not speaking for or against. I'm not stating that I support or do not support wherever the person is from. I have no view, as long as this microphone is on. Right? But I know that there is a culture of territorial bias that Nigerians have. Our brother, it's rooted very deep. Even people who you would consider enlightened, every once in a while, you just hear it. I've even been at the wrong end of it. Of course, I really don't mind because, well, it doesn't add or subtract. I remember on this particular station, it was Morning Crossfire a couple of years ago. I was interviewing someone via the phone. Somebody who is a respected person. As a matter of fact, he's a doctor, because I remember addressing him that day as Dr. this and Dr. that. All right, and we're having a conversation. And thanks to the kind of questions he was getting, I remember him saying clearly, all these people that come from another state to come and cause trouble in River State, Sam, go back to your state. But, well, you know that Sam doesn't hear word. That's my problem. That's why I've not really gone far in life. And I was like, Doctor, that's not the focus. Please answer this question. Say, no, it's because you're not a Rivers man. I say, well, that's true. But I work in Rivers. I pay taxes in Rivers. I got married in Rivers. And the color of my money is Rivers. When I get paid and I withdraw the cash and I smell it, it smells like Obirikure flyover. It's very, very Rivers. So, doctor, it's too late. You're lucky I don't want to run for... Well, I didn't say that on air, but you get the point, right? So, are these concerns valid? It depends on what the position is. But people are speaking. They have rejected the nomination of Michael Ode. Some say because he's an indigene of Cross Rivers. Others, like Yanefa George, will say it is because by design the emergency rule is unconstitutional. And so on that basis, they will not have it. One more headline, and we take your thoughts. INEC has responded to a coalition's accusation that it is stalling the registration of new political parties ahead of the 2027 elections. The commission dismissed the claims as misleading, stating that the registration process is guided by clear constitutional and legal provisions. INEC emphasized that only associations that meet all requirements will be registered and urged stakeholders to adhere to due process rather than politicize the issue. INEC also denied reports circulating online claiming the registration of two new political parties, the Independent Democrats and People's Democratic Movement. It denied those reports that it had registered those parties. Several opposition members had recently accused the electoral body of refusing to register new political parties, raising concerns about the inclusiveness of the electoral process. But stating several opposition members, several reports also have names of those members. The former governor of Rivers State and former Minister of Transportation, Rotimi Amechi, accused INEC Chairman Professor Mahmood Yakubu of blocking the registration of new political parties. It is clear at this time that there is a coalition, an alliance, and new parties will be formed by the look of things. But Amechi was speaking on Arise Television, and he praised the former INEC Chairman Professor Atairo Jega for ensuring a transparent electoral process that led to the APC getting registered and its eventual victory in 2015. But he said the current chairman of INEC, if he were the chairman of INEC in 2015, we would not have won. We would not have registered the APC. May God bless Atairo Jega, because the ground rules were clear. So he is claiming, alleging that this INEC chairman is delaying the registration of the new political parties that they want to register. And INEC is saying that's not the case. That's not the case at all. All we ask is that due process is followed. That's all. We ask that you comply with key legal and procedural requirements. Any party registration is not merely political declaration, but a constitutional process. So INEC is saying if you follow the due process, we'll register. Amechi say no. It's written in your eye. I can see it. You don't want us to shine. But very quickly before I take calls, let's run through the process of registering a new party. There's application and documentation. Application for the registration must be made on INEC's form PAI in 50 copies. It must be accompanied by name of the proposed party, name, signatures, residential addresses of the chairman and secretary of the party, evidence of payment of a prescribed non-refundable administrative fee of, I think this is 1 million naira, in bank draft to INEC, 50 copies each of association's draft constitution and manifesto. That's the first. Second is that the party must have national spread. The association must submit the names, residential addresses, and state of origin of members of its national and state executive committee members, along with records of proceedings of meetings where these officers were elected. Meetings of the National Executive Committee, meeting indicating approval and adoption of name, constitution, manifesto, symbol, and logo of the proposed party. The national headquarters must be situated in Abuja. Must. Now, name, symbol, and motto. The name or acronym of the party must not be the same as an existing party or too similar to create confusion. So this People's Democratic something is already sounding somehow. But let's keep moving. Then there are rules of membership and other requirements. According to INEC, if you follow these rules, why are we holding you back? What are we using your party to do? We will register it. But Amechi says no. No. It doesn't matter what we do, even if we give you our left kidney. It's looking like you don't want to register it. Well, it's now on the platform of public opinion. What say you? You think Amechi is onto something, or the INEC chairman is onto another thing? 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003. WhatsApp is 080-903-06. 416. We've talked about World Sickle Cell Day. We've talked about stakeholders rejecting the RSIEC nominee and INEC dismissing the claims that it is delaying the registration of new political parties. If and when you call, please turn off your radio. It is very necessary. All right. Greetings, Oracle. Stakeholders rejecting the RSIEC Chair nominee. Indeed, I'm very ashamed for those stakeholders that are rejecting the nominee of the sole administrator to head RSIEC. It's like we've all forgotten that we are in a so-called state of emergency. Are we even supposed to be talking about conducting an election? River State has been totally captured. Godwin from Chinda says, by who, if I may ask? And Ipaliba Taylor Harry says, good afternoon, Sam. If those disposition is very important in marriage, then the couple should start knowing their genotype, but the relationship transits a serious relationship that leads to marriage. And not until relationship is mature and getting to the next level before dissolution erupts. There's always a saying, division of a relationship at the verge of friendship and marriage. I kind of agree with you, but it's easier to ask what's your genotype when you're still friends than when they say, when will you see my people? At that point, there's no turning back. God's Power from Rumudara. Hello, God's Power.
Good afternoon, Sam.
Good afternoon.
Yes, my name is Ayeba God's Power.
Yep.
Sam.
Sir?
Those that said they are going to pursue with every legal means the appointment of a non-indigene as the RSIEC chairman. Hope they followed the screening process done by the Committee on River State Emergency. A question was asked the chairman that why would they appoint a non-indigene as a RSIEC chairman? He said that he has read the Electoral Act of River State and the laws governing River State, and there is nowhere that bar a non-indigene from being appointed as a RSIEC chairman. I begin to wonder why some people who want to, cause more problem where we are trying to see how peace will return. So far, River State has been peaceful. Okay, which name would they have seen and they will not go to court? If they have seen the name of Thomas Wonosike, if they have seen the name of Dr. Thomas, former chairman of Kanatu Government Council, what would they have done? Now, a neutral person has been appointed that will be neutral and that will be unbiased to conduct a local government election. And people are still crying. Sam, what would people do? What would the government do in River State and people will not complain? I wish them where they should go ahead, pursue the case, and let's see the end of that case. My name is Ayeba God's Power.
All right, thank you very much, God's Power. I may not agree with a lot of things, but I do agree that it doesn't matter who was nominated, people would speak. Even if God just creates a new man now, just like he did Adam, right? Brand new man. Doesn't know anybody but God that created him. Somebody will say, nah, wicked man, I know him, not that guy. Clinton from Bori. Hello, Clinton.
Sam Oracle, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, today is World Sickle Cell Day.
That's right.
And I believe that SCD, that sickle cell disease, is spreading because of ignorance. a lot of the young ones today are ignorant of what the genes, the sickle cell genes are. That's why testing is very important. In your relationship, that your 2-month-old relationship, have you done genotype testing? It's very essential. Not when you are about to get married now. You go for testing and you find out that you are not compatible. And you believe in miracle that God will change your genotype overnight. Instead of being a realist. See, this is a medical condition. If you're carrying the sickle cell gene AS, don't go and marry someone that has AS. If not, you end up having a sickler in your family. This is knowledge that most persons know, but they refuse to adhere to the instructions of their medical personnel. So I think that this day that is celebrated should be used by everyone to create awareness. Then on the issue of Revisco, headed by NFA George V, rejecting the appointed RSIEC chairman, there is nothing NFA will not reject. Even though they appoint me today as RSIEC chairman, NFA George will still say that I'm not capable, I'm not qualified to be RSIEC chairman. We are in a time where we are trying to put all heads together, but people don't want progress in Rivers State. RSIEC, is it not supposed to be an independent body? Are you supposed to bring somebody that's political? I think that bringing a neutral person like Ode is the best approach to bringing long-lasting peace to the situation in Rivers State. And that's what has been done. People should stop all this. Go to court today. Where is it written in Rivers State Constitution, RSIEC law, that a foreigner cannot be RSIEC chairman of Rivers State? Where is it written? So they are just wasting their time. The local election will be conducted 9th of August, and nothing anybody will do about it.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Hold on, Clinton. Hold on.
I'm with you.
So very quickly, because I mentioned it earlier, at this time, it is not right to refer to people with sickle cell disease as sicklers, right? The term is derogatory and it encourages stigma. The preferred term at this point is sickle cell warriors, or a person with sickle cell disease. So those are some of the preferred terms.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. JJ from Rumi Ibu. Hello, JJ.
Yes, Sam, I greet you this afternoon or evening.
Yeah, go ahead.
Was sickle cell day. I don't even know what to say right now because I have somebody that lives with that, will I call it disease or something. And the guy is over 50 right now, and man, now we know what he will suffer for a hand, especially me. I eventually became like a native doctor because the mother then, when the eyes would turn yellow, there is a leaf that she discovered that is good for the eyes. So I will be the one to go plug the leaf and squeeze it and put some drops. And voila, the eyes will turn white again and all those. And the guy keeps falling sick one way or the other, but it's not a good one. So I would say the awareness shouldn't be one day in a year, one day out of 365. I think it should be a weekly thing so that, especially since it has a preventive mechanism by information, so that people can know their status and go out to prevent it and take it out of this world.
Okay.
That said, on the civil society thing, and if a judge will said something, I think people are not capturing that. That if the guy has lived in Rivers State and has paid his tax in Rivers State and does business and all those in Rivers State, that he doesn't have any problem. But this guy doesn't live in Rivers State. I don't think he even knows some of the areas or his way to your studio. Then at the end of the day, he's coming from nowhere to conduct election where you have over 7 million people. And I don't like when people say, oh, it's neutral. See, neutrality, neutral polish. By the time he rolls out whatever he wants to roll out, you will know that neutrality is far from this same guy at the end of the day. I thought they said the sole administrator is neutral. How did he get 23 names that he made sole administrator that people are complaining, including me, that these are known followers of the FCT minister? So how neutral can it be? So is the person that you said neutral earlier now brings another person that is neutral, and we saw the handwork of the first person that you call neutral. Ma'am, use your tongue to count your teeth.
JJ, it's a coincidence.
I am listening.
It's a coincidence. These things happen. You understand?
Coincidence.
If I come to your community and you tell me that obviously it's not from your community to choose 20 people, I must choose a loyalist of somebody. You understand? It's how I behave. So it happens.
So how neutral are now you?
That's the thing.
These two people are fighting. Then you brought somebody who has done the first one. Then you bring the person now brings another person who will take direct order from him, and you're telling me there will be neutrality.
Okay.
You can just tell that to the Marine as far as I'm concerned.
Thank you, JJ, but I'm neutral, I can assure you. Ken from Ubimini. Hello, Ken. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, SOC.
Good afternoon.
SOC, if I may ask, what are the functions of RSIEC?
That's River State's INEC. That's the best way to describe it. It's our own INEC for state elections.
Fine. Now, let me tell you, any institution consigning or operating, conducting whatever thing election seems to be political, whether we like it or not.
Okay.
So if you ask me, Mr. Ode is a politician.
Wow.
No matter where he comes from, every other person discussing politics is a politician. Mr. SOC, you are a politician. Just as I am a politician.
No, my brother, you can't. Is it my fault?
We should, SOC, I want to let us know that since the suspended governor had given us a directive to follow, let us allow these people to do their wish. 2 years is over. We are expecting another 2 years. We don't know what we have in 2027.
Okay.
Which, if it may be his second term or not, let the people go into court to sue anything against who, let them stop it and let this man know his fate in the next 3 months.
Okay.
Yesterday was marked 3 months of our, what do they call it?
Emergency rule.
State of emergency. You should know that the body language at Abuja, where they form committee upon committees to supersede or to superhear what is happening in River State, that is to tell you that 6 months must have been reset and that has been done.
Thank you. Reference you on your voice. Okay. So Ken said it is free. Good.
Sometimes if you can give my brother that thing, if I want to nominate for I can nominate 1 person here. Give the person on the or give the Rivers man that RSIEC Chair. I can nominate it again. Nominate from Kuta, nominate from my. I have to nominate them one by one. They should give to them. Along with the River State. Some go and check around. We have at the 6 states.
Okay.
It's the RSIEC chairman, not at 6 states. Only River State. The River State is a conquer state. Or is there even as they have women, River State no women, we don't have a qualified woman to River State. They can treat us.
Yeah, well, the network is breaking, but thank you very much, Cookie Gam. Your point has been taken. A break comes up now. After that, I'll take your thoughts on WhatsApp and possibly run through our final headlines. Stay with us.